I drove 2 hours just for this, like, not even for the video, just for this. Jollof rice with lamb.
Yeah, I use lamb. This is my first time using lamb, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I usually just use goat and beef.
Well, that's my favorite, her jollof with goat.
His is different.
Ooh, spicy.
Acatas.
Ooh,
Americans.
Jesus. Mmm. It was the lamb. Ooh. I don't know how I'm gonna drink wine if I really need water. Oh my god.
We are drinking Yellowtail Cabernet Sauvignon. My favorite one is Cabernet. I like going dark, no matter the liquor. Dark, no light.
Or the human.
You gonna cut this up?
We received a question from a follower, LA on the rise or La on the rise, and it says, does age define who you are, or do experiences define who you are? Have people ever assumed something about you because of your age? Do you think success and intellect, by any definition, is limited to age?
So, my name is Afi, and I am a financial analyst at one of the largest banks in the U.S., probably the world too.
And as you know, I'm Sky. I'm an accountant at one of the largest firms in the world. So we're both into math. We both studied accounting, and we're both, most of the time, the youngest people in the room.
Yes, on the team.
Does age define who you are, or do experience define who you are?
I guess at least like in my field, one thing for sure is that like it's all about the experience. For example, like we use Excel a lot. So if you're not updated with like new Excel coming out, like new macros or new techniques, you can be the youngest one and know all those like skills or techniques when someone who's older than you is not like
Tech
or
savvy.
that's not, yeah, tech savvy. It's about what you know and not necessarily your age.
I don't think any of those define you. Not age and not experiences. I think you define you.
That's deep.
Right? Because, like we were just saying, being the oldest in the room, you have all of this experience, but then they'll come to millennials to use the newest software, data visualization software like Tableau, Power BI, just technology like that the older guys can't really do, but the younger ones are more savvy on. So age is not a factor in the corporate world, and neither is really, no, experience is.
Yeah.
Experience is a big factor, but it doesn't define you. Okay,
right.
If we only had age or experience,
and experience, I would say it's more, yes, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's really good to always be on top of the game, like know what your boss needs, and that's pretty much what it actually is. Like not just your direct manager, like your manager's manager, like what is your manager's expecting from, like, I guess the younger crowd on the team or the younger people on the team. So basically just knowing what is needed or the skills that is needed on the team, and then practicing that and acquiring those skills. So because experience is, I think, what defines you on the team, not necessarily your age.
Have you had any particular experiences being, you're 23, right?
23, yeah.
Being 23.
My whole profile out here.
I'm 23 too. Single. No, just
well, we both are. Okay. So let me know.
Have you had any experiences being 23 and at work and someone is looking down on, or you feel maybe they didn't like explicitly say something to make you uncomfortable, but you felt looked down upon?
I would lie if I say on my current team I have experienced that, but I have been on teams or in a work environment, professional environment, where people thought that just because she's the youngest, usually when it comes to pay, they think that just because she's the youngest, she should be like, you know, why should we give her a raise when someone with like two kids should, you know, be the one to deserve a pay. But honestly, it's really, I mean, to a certain degree it is understandable, but this is work, and I believe that if I'm here working and I'm putting in the same effort that an older person is, I deserve what I deserve or what I work for. Don't think because you're young I shouldn't ask, or maybe I should feel bad. No, like when you step into that office, you're somebody else. Your age doesn't matter, okay? It's your work, your grind, your reputation.
When I was interning for the same company, I was in a client meeting, and since I was testing the documents, I had to present my findings to the client. And as an intern, it was kind of nerve-wracking because who am I to present to such a client, you know? I could easily give my findings to a senior associate and have that person present for me, but they were like, no, Sky, like, you're presenting it. And I presented my findings, and I found some things that failed during my internal audit, and basically the person didn't accept it, and they wanted to speak to my higher ups. And no one really said it's because of your age, but I already had this image with the client that, like, I'm the youngest, I'm the baby, I'm the intern. When I came to tell them, like, hey, you're not necessarily doing your job right, they wouldn't accept it because I was the intern and because I was the youngest. And then there was another time where this was an internal meeting, and I was saying something in the meeting, it was going unheard. Then a male of a different color said the same thing I said. Now all of a sudden it's heard. Oh my gosh, that drives me crazy. Yes. So it's not even about being young or old or in the perfect age. It's about being a woman, being brown, and being in the workplace with some other people who probably think you're nothing or come from nothing. And then on top of that, I have a New York accent. Sometimes my Spanish accent comes out. I can't pronounce certain things.
Me about it.
Like, I'm just a hot mess, but I'm in there because I know what I'm talking about. So it's a fight.
It is. And there are times where it's still hard for me now, but definitely it takes practice and just doing it. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You F up, the next day nobody really remembers. New issues arise, new things come up, and
the only time it's a problem is when you keep messing up. And so now you're not only the youngest, you're the youngest and you keep making mistakes.
Yeah, like you're not ready.
She means ready.
Wait, my accent, y'all. I just came back from Ghana and I just been saying things. Nobody understand what I'm saying. Like my accent, I'm recuperating. Like when you're new on the team or they see that you just graduated, it's like, oh, does she really know this? Let's be fair. Sometimes they're actually just scared. Like, oh, do you know it? Then I'll cheat you. You know, it's not always like, oh, because I'm young, you think this or that. But, you know, we have those too. But try to be open-minded and just focus on you and your growth. Don't care about what people think. Focus on you and your growth. And if you feel like you're not being treated right, raise it. Raise it to HR. Because once they hear HR, it's game over.
For real.
So,
if I could give anybody advice for being young in the corporate world or in your career and surrounded by people who are not the same age as you, are not the same color as you, are not the same gender as you, I would just say to keep asking questions, challenge people, because you're so different, your mentality will force them to think differently too. So if they're thinking on a straight line and you come in curvy, now you force them to dibble and dabble into other areas that they wouldn't have thought about before.
Ask questions like Sky said. Like, you are new. At the end of the day, you are new and you don't know it all. Even though we think we know it all, like, you never know it all. So be open-minded. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. It's better to ask questions and know exactly what you're doing than to pretend you know what you're doing or be the know-it-all and that mess up. Know your stuff. Like, just absorb. You're at the age where you're new. Just absorb, and then it just comes out. When the pressure comes and the questions are coming and you'll be the one to know the answers and you speak up, that's your brain of, oh, like, she always knows her stuff. Like, she's prepared. You want to be prepared. You're the youngest, but you want to be prepared. You want to be You know, always on top of your game. Don't let the age discourage you. Create your brand. Let your brand be what you want it to be, and your experience speaks for it. Yeah.
You gotta finesse.
Finesse. Yes, that's the word. And it doesn't mean that we know it all, but we know something.
A little something.
A little something. So this was a really fun conversation. I really like this type of talks, this type of boss
This is
talking.
her thing. This is really her thing. Like, these are our conversations in private. No lie. This is us on a regular.
We have a group called the Accountability Board Members. You know, like my friends are my accountability members. They're my board members.
Well,
I don't call
also
them my
all
friends.
accountants, so it's like a little pun, but...
But still, like, my friends are my board members. I run my life like a business. And they're all good at something. Like, Sky is good when it comes to her stocks or whatever.
Everything. I'm just good at a lot.
I have different friends. Like, I have my friend Haja when it comes to certain things. I have my friend Abriana when it comes to certain things. And that's how I run my life. So, it's very important.
But I'm the best. And I know the most. No, just kidding. Not to sound pretentious, but I'm not a regular person.
Oh my gosh. But bien though.
I'm not a regular person.
No, but this was fun. Make mistakes, fall, you know.
And don't be a regular person.
Don't be. Be the best. Like, if you can dream it, you can achieve it.
How did you like the wine?
Well, I'm here chatting, so it definitely...
Yeah, no, it works. How much percent does it have? The Yellowtail Cabernet has, by the way, just if you didn't know, a shorter way to say Cabernet Sauvignon. It's called Cab Sauv or Cab. But this one is 13.5% alcohol. It's more on the drier side.
I love dry wine.
I do too. It's not the driest.
It's not the driest.
It's not the driest. It's a good starter wine if you're like more on the sweet side and you want to get into dry wines. It's not that expensive. It's usually like $9 or $10, something like that.
10.
I have to be honest, I've been trying some really good wines recently, so I will say it's not the best, but it's a good starter wine. Like I started with these, Yellowtail and Barefoot. So
on the budget.
College budget. Well, that's all we have for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I will leave Afi's information in the description box below.
Follow me, y'all.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumb up, comment, and subscribe to your girl. Subscribe to Afi. She actually has a video where we spent $10,000 in Vegas. That's another story.
Yeah, so we'll do another video on that, like saving and stuff. It'll be fun.
What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, so if you want to see more videos like this, please just leave a comment or DM me on Instagram, DM Afi on Instagram what you want to hear from us. We thoroughly enjoy these type of conversations because it's just us on a regular. We would love to share them with you guys. So yeah, thank you to LA or La on the Rise. Shout outs to you, girl. You're the bomb.com. We'll see you next video. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yo, and this jollof rice, I ate it down to the fat, man. Can you see? There's nothing on this, just fat. Like, I could just lick the plate. Like, I'm taking some back with me.
You know what's crazy?
It's called a mukbang.
We have another dinner after this. So we're fat, yo.
Afi's never heard of a mukbang. I was like, let's do a mukbang with African food.
Yo, we're fat.
She's like, what's that?
I can't believe I have to go back and eat.
And this was my second plate. Granted, they were little, but I just couldn't help it. Enjoying myself.
These them chocolate.
It's not too different from the goat. It just has more fat.
I'm going to open a restaurant.
Who's gonna be the chef?
I'll be part-time chef. I'll just come and do the jollof. I'll hire somebody. No, for real though.
Chale. Abi.
One of my goals.
I bet.
Open a fancy.
Oh. Those are all my African words.
I beg Charlie.
Chai.
Yeah, you're crazy. I don't know, man. Live life, man. I'm single, by the way, you know. the fat.
Are you gonna eat that?
Which one?
All of that.
Sky, we have to go to another dinner. You want to finish my plate on top of your 3. 2.
But it could be 3 if you want.
Hey, this one, no.
Bye, guys, for real.
It was nice meeting you all. Follow me, okay? Tell your brothers.
Oh,
You'll salt
no.
me, you know what I mean? Good.